kind of dive in, going over to you, Eiza, could you describe this series maybe in like 3 adjectives just to kind of get people a taste who aren't familiar?
This is the hardest question ever.
I know.
You're asking to describe the most complex show I've ever seen in 3 words. I'm like, political, cultural, and thought-provoking.
I mean, I just know from the trailer, you watch it and you're like, what am I getting into? And that's really the beauty of it, but trying to give people a taste of what to expect. Jovan, did you agree with those or do you have any to add?
Add a word.
Spectacle.
Oh, yes.
But I had time to prepare for that because she was getting hurt.
Time.
Yeah, processing. I love that. And this story is rooted in Chinese history, but it also has such an incredibly diverse cast and characters, and we're all kind of brought together under survival. So, Jovan, going back to you, I just wanted to ask, what does this series mean to you, and what do you hope audiences really take away and resonate with?
I hope that audiences are able to connect with the people that are experiencing this on screen. I think that David, Dan, and Alex did a great job creating something that would connect with people globally. At least that's their intent. And they did so by, as you mentioned, having characters in the show that are from diverse backgrounds, and they're all having to share this space and witness this event happening in real time. So I think that audiences will be able to find something in themselves in each of the characters that they see on screen, and that will allow them to connect more to the events as they're happening in the later episodes.
Absolutely. And I mean, kind of how you hinted, your characters face some extraordinary situations in this. So I have a little bit of a fun question. If you had to team up with one of your castmates to face a real world problem, who would you choose? Eiza, do you want to start?
Oh, who would I choose? To like a real life, like if the world was ending?
Sure. If that's the scenario, yeah.
That's a great question. I love Liam, but definitely not Liam.
He's going to be so disappointed.
Definitely sorry, Liam. I love you, but you'd be like, oh, maybe we could do a walk in the park. He's just like, he'd have some crazy idea. I'd be like, no, Liam. I'd probably choose Alex Sharp. I think he's just like, he's very, 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 very smart. Like I think outside of the box in ways that I don't, but he's, my suite can be slightly pessimistic in some areas, and then I'd be like the one that would bring the optimism. It's a perfect like yin yang in there.
Right. Yeah. No, I love that. Jovan, do you have one?
He's gonna love that.
Who would? Yeah, he would absolutely would. Who would I pick to survive this type of scenario, end of the world? Oh man, I would have to say Benny or Liam because I think they would just make things funny. Like they would joke.
You wouldn't last, but it'll be fun.
Yeah.
While it lasts.
Because I feel like I can protect myself pretty well. You know, especially my family's military, so whatever. But yeah, I think if I had somebody to make me laugh from time to time, it would keep me relaxed, so I could focus on what needs to be done.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. Well, congratulations on the show. That's all the time I have, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Liam's gonna be like, what the hell?
I know that it's super complex and it's really, an interesting story and you have to follow along and get to know everybody and really understand. But I wanted to know if you could describe the series in your own words and kind of what brought you to it. So Liam, if we could go to you.
Well, I mean, one of the attractions is obviously the adapters, creators of this show, which is David, Dan, and Alex. And they have form of creating multi-layered, extraordinary drama that is incredibly difficult to predict and outwits you and doesn't treat you like a 4-year-old child. You're a grown-up watching these guys work. And that's also gorgeous to play. And the story itself is incredibly, as you said yourself, it's very complex, very layered. We're watching human relationships, and we're also watching the potential end of the human race. And these two things, or these many things, are going on at the same time. If that doesn't sell you for a good night's entertainment, I don't know what the hell to tell you.
I agree 100%. I don't know what people are thinking if they're not tuning in. And going over to you, Benedict, I love that there's so much history that's involved in these stories, but that we also brought in such a diverse cast to bring it to life. What does being a part of this project mean to you, and what do you hope audiences take away?
Oh, a huge deal. I mean, it's great to be someone who is from Salford, Manchester, to play a character which Sershin has given his blessing to Dan, David, and Alex to make this story a much more of a global appeal, you know, yet still with a kind of Asian spine of the Dasha character being from Manchester, Jess's character Jin from New Zealand. But, you know, we have an Irish chief in command, American, Mexican physicist, African American. It's everything is multi-layered in this show.
Yeah.
You know, exactly like the rainbow. It's the multi-layered of the colors.
Yeah. It's what makes it interesting.
And it's just the magnitude of this production. It's kind of like I just always use these words of the micro and the macro, always kind of, even within the story, you know, with Yo and Jer, a young girl who sees her father brutally murdered, you know, has lost faith in humanity and presses the button that causes this butterfly effect of a cataclysmic proportion to the possible ending of time. Now, if that isn't micro and macro enough, and then again with our approach as well, it's hard for us to kind of the thinking about the magnitude of this production and we just got on with our actions, didn't we?
Yeah,
and everyone else around us just built the world.
You can't play the whole show.
Yes.
You just have to play the relationships. And these two guys, the characters, Wade and Dasha, are just wonderful. And if you think what their jobs actually are, they're in charge of saving humanity. And these two nutcases, it's remarkable. It's a remarkable tale.
Mm.
Absolutely. And I think that your characters do really well. They don't seem to be under pressure in the moment, honestly. I can't imagine the weight that they are feeling, but you know, they're just going through it so effortlessly. And just to close it out, I wanted to ask, like I said, the characters are going through some tough situations, but if you could choose one castmate to help you with if the world was ending, who would you choose?
Oh, one classmate. Jovan seems like a good character, doesn't he?
Jovan, yeah.
Sal seems pretty good. Who else?
Alex.
Yeah, but hold on. What about Yewen? She's pretty.
Yes.
She's pretty good at what she does.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I'd definitely go with you.
It's hard. I mean, everyone is so smart, so capable.
Yeah, they're all incredibly capable.
I mean, every one of these characters are the best of their ability, and I think that those stakes and rising that up with the threat against humanity, it's seeing all these team players highly skilled, pitting against what lies ahead.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time I have. Thank you so much for your time and congratulations.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Thanks.
I know this is an impossible question, but I'm going to go over to you, John, and ask if you could describe this series in like a short sentence. What would you say?
2 words.
Oh God.
I know.
It's
That's the 2.
yeah.
That's the 2 words. That's good.
Yeah.
It's normal people facing the biggest existential threat known to mankind, and it's about what they learn about themselves as individuals and what they learn about mankind as a species through that journey of discovery.
Nice.
That was very good. I mean, is that all? Like, that sounds easy peasy to me. I don't know.
Of course, it's not all, but you said to do it. You said to do it in one sentence.
Going over to you, Jess, the story is rooted in Chinese history, but it also has such an incredibly diverse cast and characters all brought together under this challenge that John wonderfully explained for us. So, I mean, what is the best part about being a part of this series, and what do you hope audiences take away?
Oh, well, first of all, I think Alex, David, and Dan have done an amazing job of adapting this into such a global scope, because that's about humanity as a whole and how they respond to this existential crisis, right? So it has to be on that scale, and that's why they've brought people from all over the world, even from New Zealand, over to be a part of this. So firstly, I was just so excited to be a part of something of such quality. Like reading the scripts in my bedroom alone at night, I was gasping and laughing and crying. Just on paper, it's already speaks for itself. It's so compelling, and the characters are so complex and relatable. They're flawed human beings, you know. So I'm just excited as an actor to dig my claws into something so juicy. It's some beautiful storytelling, and excited to work with such beautiful, talented people.
Likewise.
One of my first auditions was a chemistry read with Alex, and it just got me so excited. The level that people are working at here makes me really, just reminds me how much I love what I do.
She smashed that audition, clearly. I mean, it was pretty exciting to watch Jess come in and just make it so undeniable that it had to be her. Was beautiful. Like at the end of it, everyone was just kind of like, well, that's that. It's Jess Hong. That's the only choice.
I love that. That's beautiful. Going over to you, Alex. I mean, we were talking about this incredible cast, and I wanted to ask you if the world was ending and you could only choose one castmate to help solve the problem. Who would you choose?
Oh, you've really set me up here for
Yeah.
Who's
Answer carefully.
Okay, let me think about this.
Think.
Only
Feel.
only one cast member. Well, it'd have to be Eiza González.
I knew it.
Yeah, or Jovan Adepo.
Oh, right.
Yeah, or Jonathan Pryce.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Or it could be Benedict.
Could be, yeah.
Could be Benedict Wong.
Yeah.
Or Liam. One of those.
That makes sense. I will say you said Eiza first, and she did say you. So
Hey.
Oh, very cozy, isn't it?
Yeah. We're survivalists. Me and Gonzalez we're survivalists at heart.
I will throw this question quickly at you, Jess and John. Do you have an answer as well for what castmate you would choose?
I know which castmate I wouldn't choose.
Yeah, definitely. No, I know.
Now.
I'll choose John Bradley.
I'll choose Jess Hong as
Yeah.
well.
No, look at us.
Yeah.
You go off with Eiza.
You've divided us.
Divide and conquer.
So sorry. We're supposed to be coming together. That's what I said. in the
I
beginning.
know,
Exactly, yeah.
collective.
That's it.
Well, congratulations on the show. Thank you so much. That's all the time I have.
Thank you.
you.
Have a
Thanks
good
so
one.
much, Caitlin.
Cheers.
Going over to you, Zine, if you could kind of describe what this show is all about.
Oh, the show is about an adapted series from Liu Cixin's trilogy, and a young scientist in the 1960s China made a faithful decision that impacts throughout time and space, impact the present day. And we see how humanity is facing the greatest threat in time.
And going over to you, Rosalind, I know that there is an incredible Chinese history about this series, but there's also just such a diverse cast. What does it mean to you to be a part of this show, and what do you hope audiences will take away from it?
I hope audiences will take away from it a sense of empathy for a broad swath of humanity. We all come from different backgrounds, and I think this show really embraces love, history, science, mystery, and people's reactions to the unknown. Everybody reacts differently, and how they react depends so much on where they're from and their background. So from that standpoint, I hope that's what people take away from it. But mostly, I hope people enjoy it because it's really binge-worthy. I am not a binger. I am not a sci-fi person, but I binged this because I was very engaged in the characters, and I hope people are drawn into the characters in the story.
If you were to choose one cast member to help you if the world was ending, who would you choose?
To help me?
A real cast person or their character?
The real person.
I think I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Then pick me.
Sorry, because you're me. I'd have to pick somebody. I think I would pick Alex or Jovan. I think because Alex is quite selfless. I feel embarrassed saying this. So I feel like if something happened to me, he would look after me. I feel like both of them would look after me if something happened, if the aliens tried to take me away. Well, Jess would too. Actually, this whole cast, to be honest, it would be hard to pick because they're all quite generous. So I feel like, and you too, you would, if something happened and the alien like grabbed me away, you would grab me back, right?
I would.
Yeah. See, the entire cast, I would take them all. I mean, of course, isn't it terrible that I thought of the guys because I just thought that they would treat me like their mom or something and look after me. But I feel like the whole cast.
Or expect you to look after them.
Yeah. They would expect me to look after them.
Yeah.
You're right. I actually want Zine because she wouldn't expect me to look after her. She would.
I would.
We would. Oh, you would?
Yeah, of course.
Then I wouldn't pick Zine.
You're just the mother of the whole cast. There's no going.
I can't help myself. I'm the mother of everyone.
She's the Sunday of the whole cast.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's that mean?
That's like the sweet vanilla ice cream
Oh,
Sunday.
ice cream sundae.
Yeah.
And you're the cherry on top.
I hope so.